Hola, good morning. How are you? Welcome. Buongiorno. Okay, so it's nearly 9 o'clock in the UK. It's 15th. So what do we got? Okay, so we got this move up from yesterday, which we spoke about that we were looking for. That we were looking for some kind of up move to take out these highs of the weekend. But in reality, we're just sat in the range. Okay, here's value area. There's no change. So this just looks like a liquidity grab to me. And also, I'm looking at this top end here, and I'll be honest with you, this whole thing, that looks like 1, 2, 3, and so it looks like we've got that. It looks like three waves. Okay, so that, and that. And I mean, if we measure it, it will measure like that too, which it does hit the 1-to-1. So I'm kind of I don't like this as a kind of like a continued move up, but that's not to say it won't, because this is just a range. This is just a range. I would expect this. That's what I would expect. Come down. We've got big liquidity here, and take it out. However, what will the market do? Who knows? We have to wait and see. So what's quite annoying is we have multiple potential areas for long positions all the way down here. And that just causes us a real problem, because where do you want to stop loss? Where do you want to where do you want to go long? But I can tell you that every one of these here has some kind of pivotal level, whether it be a high volume node, whether it's a fib, whether it's a daily level, or whatever. There is something in here all the way down. So that suggests to me that there is an abundance of liquidity sat here, right? As they've built it up. Yep. So the first major box, I'm going to exclude this little one here, but I used to be aware that we could just come down, take out these lows, and we're going to drop up. Let's get onto a lower time frame so we can see what we're doing. Let's talk about the 12. Let's get rid of that. Then this one obviously this is the 618, 6.5, 618, 786. It's also the gap of this 5-wave move. This I see as a more structural long, because this would be a natural area if this is going to come down in some 5-wave structure. This, or even 3, would this be a natural bounce for it to catapult back up into here? So going long here makes sense, with only a first target as somewhere here before it continues on down. Going long here is less sensible. And in fact, I should just put scalp on. Well, the thing is, if we go long here, it's not a scalp. If we bounce from here, if we come into this box here, like that, 3 waves, this is not a scalp. This is now going up here. And what we've done is that we've come up, and then we've created a 3-wave movement, and we're going up again. So that is that. Where I really want to see price come is, I really want to see it come back down to somewhere near this 886, the swing down here that we've been talking about for a little bit, and try to see there. Now let's just quickly look at this here. This is where this is the problem child, right? This is the thing that we're looking at going, well, this doesn't make sense, because if this is 5, right, then, and if that's 2, then this is doing this, that, and then it's going up, and we're on our way to a much higher up to that 69. But we've got a couple of things which makes me feel that maybe not. 886 down here. So we're kind of anticipating at some point for this to be taken, rather like we said on Monday morning that these weekend highs would get taken out, which they did. Also, we have this kind of chain of lows here, which are all terrible, all right, and would make more sense. And the other thing is if we just pull a fib and we toggle on our golden pocket, this very much behaved more like a wave 4. So what you would be saying is that because it didn't really come low enough for a wave 2. So what you're telling me that you got a 1 and a 2, that's all 3, 4, and then we popped up for a 5. I mean, if that is the case, which it possibly could be, then this 4 is massive compared to the 2. And that kind of, whilst not going to be something which you have to discount, doesn't feel like it's an impulsive move up, right? So I think in little bit conclusion is that my bias is still we're in the range. If we get acceptance back in this range, then, and I don't know, maybe we come back and retest this. Come on, the value area high here. Then this is a short. But I'm not putting a short in there until we've seen this move, because London might do nothing. Yeah, when we get these moves here, the next day is always a pile of shit. So what we need to see is we need more data, please, Captain. That's what we need. We just need more data. So that is roughly what I'm thinking. It's not conclusive by any stretch of the imagination because we just seem to be ranging. It's August, July. This would be what I'd see. Market makers love it. They just soak up all the money. Retailers sat on their beds, on their phones, thinking that this is either going to go to the moon or it's going to drop or whatever. And all they're doing is they're going to come up to the value area and then drop back down to the value area low and come up again and come down again. So I am going to say that I think, does it pop up to this little area here, take out that liquidity there? Quite possibly. It's $1,000 move, and we could see that this morning. But let's if we dive into this here. I mean, what's this nonsense? This doesn't say to me. That says 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3. This is all corrective here. Okay, so immediately I'm like, well, okay, this is all corrective. So what am I doing? I'm not. This isn't. We're not suddenly going to plummet to the downside. And that's the problem we've got at the moment, is that you can make really logical, good trading decisions for both sides of the tape. And when that happens, it is absolutely worthy to step out and just wait. Have a look at information. Wait for things to move and to start to make some sense. So I think medium term, I'm probably bearish, one of these two. But I think probably in the very short term, maybe London. Did London miss most of this? No, it didn't. London was involved. It just, it's just 5 o'clock. We didn't do anything in Asia. This could be a possibility. And then we look at this 66, 65.5 area. That would be my That would be my best educated guess, I think. That's all you can say. But you have to remind yourselves constantly, right? We are sat in this fucking range here, guys. All right. So it's just range trading. So we're at the top of the range. So you're looking for shorts. Whether it's here or whether it's here, we're ultimately bearish, right? We're ultimately bearish. But can this move another 3 grand up? Yes, of course it can. Does it on this current wave configuration? I'm not so sure. Reason being is if I toggle on a 1-to-1 quickly, 10 minutes, I know, too long, sorry. That's a 618, which would be a great short. Take that out there. The 618 right here. I'm putting an alarm on that. That's good. That's super. Okay, 1-to-1 is up here, 68,500. So you have to take that into consideration. All right. The fibs will tell you that that's possible. And if we come back onto the wider fibs, where does that leave us? Well, this area here gets a 1-to-1 and a 618. That is definitely going to be a favorite short here. So keep an eye out and see if this gets a winning opportunity. And we have news today at 1:30. As I said, PPI, PP in your eye, as they say, right here, 1:30. So let's see what happens there. All right, okay, guys. Listen, that's the lot for today. I'm around all day today, and we can have a look at what we can have a look. But bottom line is, our resistance is here, and our support levels are all the way down here, and that's the annoying thing. I wish there was only one, but there isn't. There's loads. So that suggests to me that probably what we do is we get loads. If we do, we come up here. For crying out loud. Let's come up here, get short, and then it's just chop. Loads of chop. Chop, 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 chop. All right. That's me done. Lots of love. Taddy buys.